It's time to watch it burn, going into the flames until it turns. Alright everybody, welcome to another week of the Irish Collegiate Esports. Actually, I'm just going to turn down the volume a tiny bit. Welcome to another week of the Irish Collegiate Esports Winter Challenge. We are going to be kicking off this game nice and quickly, just waiting on these players to ready up, and tonight we're going to have two games, actually, two best of ones. Firstly, we're going to have Trinity College Dublin versus NCI. Some big names here coming up against each other, and we're going to be going into the knife round quite soon, as far as I believe. But I am Jason Cardinal Power. I'm going to be your commentator and your host for this evening. Unfortunately, Ferex can't join me due to work commitments, but no problem. The show must go on, and I'm really looking forward to these games tonight. We should have some absolutely brilliant CS, especially in this first game. Now I'm really looking forward to our games tonight. So, just waiting on the players to ready up. I believe everybody's almost ready to go. Just waiting on Cinder. I'm going to get the map veto out of the way, see what map our first game tonight is going to be on. And we're going to get straight into the knife round then afterwards. So, these two teams here, we've got Trinity College Dublin and NCI coming head to head. Some big names now coming in on both sides of these teams. We've got Cinder, he's going to be the man to watch over on NCI. One of the most talked about players in the Irish Counter-Strike scene overall. And NCI never seem to be out of the game when he's still alive, no matter what's going on in the round. Over on the Trinity side then as well, we've got Drags and we've got Incipiens. Two men who are actually a force to be reckoned with in the server. They're going to be trying to take down Cinder and keep him nice and quiet for this game. We're going to see if they're going to be able to do it. Well, we should be getting into the veto now in just a couple of moments. I hope everyone who has tuned in is ready for some brilliant CS. I'm excited for these games tonight. I hope everyone watching at home is excited for these games tonight as well. And it looks like we're going to be going over to Cash, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we're going to be going over to Cash. Veto has come through. So we're going to get the knife round underway in just a moment. And we'll see which of these teams want to opt for what side. Cash, as we know, traditionally can go either way between the CTs and the Ts. But it is a very tactical map, so we're going to be watching for UCD versus NCI. Oh my word. Absolutely outrageous casting. What am I saying? What am I saying? Absolutely outrageous casting. Yes, that is correct. UCD versus NCI, not Trinity College Dublin, University College Dublin. Just a correction. Once we've got that out of the way now, the map hasn't even started yet, so, you know, we're off to a good start, lads. We're off to a good start. But that is correct. We are going to be looking at UCD versus NCI tonight. And then the second game of this evening is going to be Trinity College Dublin versus UL Wolves. That is going to be our second game later on tonight. So, just waiting for the broadcast to start. And then we're going to get straight into the knife round and get things underway. So again, like I've said, the people to watch over on the UCD side, want to keep an eye out for Incipiens, want to keep an eye out for Drags. Just Monday evening, they were playing absolutely brilliant CS, casted by Ferex, the man himself. It was a great game. A little bit one-sided, but it was a very, very dominant performance from UCD. And over on the NCI side, Cinder, he's going to be the man to keep an eye on. Like I said, no matter what's going on in the round, as long as he's still alive, anything can happen, and everything's up for grabs. And to note, from both of these teams, one of the key points we've seen in all the games they've played so far is their great utility usage. Both teams play a very tactical style, and they've clearly got some set strats prepared Great team play between the players. And it looks like we're getting ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's almost readied up. Everybody's just having a little bit of fun in the warm-up. Getting themselves nice and loose for this game coming in. On the UCD side, we do have Incipients, Evan, Drags, Mr. Turtle, and Roibish. Over on NCI, we've got Cinder, Mark Gaffo, Comeback King, Little Fabulous Sean, and Bitter. So for everybody watching at home, everybody who's in the Twitch chat, what are your predictions for this one? I'm predicting a very, very close game here. I really think it could go either way. But are we going to see UCD prevail? Or will NCI led by Cinder be too much for them? On cash. Everybody over on the UCD side is actually ready to go. Just waiting for one or two of the players left on the NCI side to get everything squared away before we get into this one. And depending on who wins this knife round coming right up, it's going to be very interesting to see which side the winning team opts for. We know this is a best of one, so of course all these pistol rounds are key to giving yourself an easier time to win in the map. But we are going to get straight into the knife round, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see which of these teams is going to even get the option to choose their side. Everybody piling out mid. 3 apiece left on either side. Now it's Mr. Turtle left on his own, but he's not going to get anything done, and it is actually going to be NCI picking up that knife round. And they have opted to stay. They've opted to stay. So NCI are going to be starting off on the T side of cash in this best of one. UCD going to be sticking on that CT side, and NCI are going to be hoping to pick up as many rounds as possible. They're going to be hoping to get a nice, comfortable lead to bring into that CT side and sit nice and tight. The buy coming in, UCD, just the one diffuser, everybody else sticking with the armor. Evan opting for the P2000 over the USP. And on the NCI side, we've got 4 sets of Kevlar actually smoking a flash on Bitter. And it looks like it is going to be a push towards, and Incipients takes down Cinder already. He's dropped. And correction, that is actually the P250 on Bitter, P250 on Bitter with the utility. He's going to want to stay alive and get that utility down before he dies. If he dies, I should say. But the round has slowed down quite a bit. 2 players still left in Squeaky. Mark Gaffo. Just holding. Listening for sound. That's going to be key in this round. And pretty much a default spread from the CTs. It actually gets tagged through the squeaky door. Incipient's trying his luck and unknowingly is going to do a little bit of damage to Mark Gaffo. He's going to be scratching his head at that one. Here comes the execute now. All these players on the T side over towards the bomb side. They're going to pile out now. Evan gets dropped, but Incipients trades him out. Comeback King also finds another one. Sean takes out Drags, and the T's have actually found control of the bomb site. Bomb is going to go down. Mr. Turtle and Roibish actually are separated, so they're going to have a huge job in this one to bring it back. Bitter just around the corner. Mr. Turtle looks like he's going to come into contact first, but Roibish actually finds Comeback King. Now we're on a 2-on-2, and we're all down to a 2-on-1, but there's only 7 HP between these 2 players, and they managed to find Bitter as well. Unbelievable retake from UCD. That was not their round to win, but they make it work, and it's going to be 1-0 going over to the side of UCD. And with only 7 HP to play with, Roibish actually getting dropped all the way down to 1 HP. Manages to stay alive. His teammate helps him out with the frag. Bitter gets dropped. And I think NCI are going to be a little bit disappointed with that one, that they didn't manage to convert the round. Everything seemed to be going in their favour, but coming into round number 2, Shotgun is out for Roibish. He's going to get tagged up a little bit. Dropped down to 67. And Evan playing nice and aggressive here in mid. He's actually going to peek out and find one. Cinder goes down very early again. And CT's anticipating a B push, I believe. But NCI are going to slow it down. NCI are going to slow it down. Take it nice and easy. See if any of these CT players are going to get a little bit impatient. Start pushing forward, but Incipiens has got that angle covered. Solid as a rock. And we've seen his performance with this AUG already since the price changes. He's been opting the AUG over the M4 in all these games whenever he can purchase it. Feeling confident. But I think the call has come in now. The rotate is coming over from Mr. Turtle. He's going to be trying to help him out. Evan finds one. Fabulous Sean gets dropped and Mark Gaffo, but Bitters manages to trade it out. Here come the CTs now. SMG frags coming in. Going to be farming up that cash. And it's all left to Bitter. He's not going to be able to get anything done. Not against that SMG. UCD. Very comfortable round. Found the open frag going into the round. Evan taking down Cinder in mid. The boost wasn't just going to work out for him. I think Cinder expected him to be playing a little bit further back, but with that UMP, Evan got up nice and close. Perfect distance for him and found the frag. Very key frag going into that round. But it looks like we're going to see a very fast push coming in. Actually, T's have slowed it down a little bit. Waiting for that utility usage to be burned out. Roger's going to find the first frag into that. He pushes out, actually finds three. Mr. Turtle giving him a hand as well. Bitter is the only one able to trade a kill back. And now Drags chimes in. Only one player falling on the UCD side. Not much of an investment from NCI, so they're not going to be too disappointed with that one, but Roibish just decides to push out and take the aim battle against all four. Finds three of them. So that's going to be 3-0. Going over to UCD. Round number 4. Well, we finally see the full buy coming in from NCI now. 5 AKs. They've got all the utility they need. Kevlar and helmets. This is going to be a key round for NCI if they want to start putting rounds on the scoreboard. Economy's looking great on the UCD side of things. Drag sitting at just $6,300 in the bank. So even if they do lose this one, they're not going to be in too sketchy of a position economy wise. It is a very, very key round for NCI. They're going to play it nice and slow. Bitter is actually sitting just inside Squeaky Door, listening for any information possible. Relay that to his team. And NCI have got a pretty wide spread across the map. Comeback King, he's sitting in Sunroom. They're just waiting to see if these CTs on the UCD team are going to get impatient, but it doesn't look like it. Here comes the utility now. Mark Apple walking out. And Incipiens is going to find two. Although Drags did fall now. Evan getting caught up, but manages to find Bitter as well. And now it's all down to Comeback King. And he's not going to get anything done. Roibish finds him in mid. And only one UCD player falling again that round. Drags gets dropped, but NCI just couldn't make it work. For the NCI players sitting at one frag apiece. Bitter not too far ahead of them with two, but Roibish leading the way on the UCD side. And take a quick look at the scoreboard. And NCI have been relegated to pistols again. We've got 3 Deagles, so they might be able to make something work, but Taser on Mark Affo as well. Not sure what he's got planned with that. He actually drops it. But with the current state of their economy, it looks like NCI are going to be able to full buy again next round, even if they do lose this. And UCD must be feeling very, very confident at this point now. 4 rounds on the board already. And Roibish, he finds the opening frag in to the round. Comeback King is going to fall. Cinder out towards mid. He's going to take a few pot shots. Can't make anything happen though. Now Mark Gaffo. Frag comes in and Cinder actually finds Drags. Lovely one shot with the Deeg. Fabulous Sean is going to take him on, but he can't find the kill with the P250. But Roybish can. And now UCD still with the man advantage. Only 3 players left up for NCI. But Cinder's able to find another one. Great play there. Lovely shot. And now they're going to pile onto the B-bomb side. It's wide open. Oh, but Mr. Turtle, even though he gets flashed, manages to find 2. Bitter chimes back in with 1. Picks up the AK and finds a second kill, but Incipiens with the wraparound from behind. Lovely flank just in time. Didn't give NCI any chance to put that round on the board. Also a message from Drags in the chat as well. You'll love to see it. That is going to be 5 rounds for UCD. And NCI, they need to start making something work. They need to put these strategies in place because they haven't been able to break the system at UCD yet. Now they have got the AKs again. And the utility to go along with it. But what they've been implementing so far hasn't gone their way. UCD are holding on to their sights. They're not giving NCI an inch to work with. There's Drags gonna chime in on Cinder as well. He's going down very early in these rounds so far. Cinder's not gonna be happy with that. Taking that dry peek against the AWPer though. A little bit of utility usage being used on B. And the T side gonna gravitate towards mid again. Drags has dropped low. Mr. Turtle also taking a little bit of damage there. Incipien's gonna find Comeback King. Sean is gonna trade him out. And now, again, UCD still have the man advantage. Fabulous Sean is very, very low. He's only got AHP to play with, but he has got utility. So he can still be of use to his team. He's got that bomb on his back as well. He's not going to want to drop that. Drags actually whiffs the shot. He's going to peek out again. He fancies his chances. And Bitter is on the receiving end of that AWP. Yet again. UCD only losing a man in that round. And it's going to be 6 rounds on the board now for UCD. We do actually have a technical pause. Discord issue apparently. Roybish has been disconnected from Discord. So we're going to take this time in our technical pause, just have a quick look at the scoreboard. And Roybish sitting at 8 frags on top of the UCD leaderboard, leading the way for his team. While on the NCI side of things, Bitter sitting at 4 frags, only half of that of Roybish. He is leading the way for his team, but Cinder actually only sitting at 3 frags as well. He's not going to be happy with that. We were hoping to see more from Cinder coming into the beginning of this map. But unfortunately, he has been kind of playing that entry frag role for his team and it hasn't been going his way so far. Taking a quick look at the ADR as well. Roybish sitting on 143 ADR. Absolutely insane. And notably on Evan, he's actually got 81 utility damage. So he is putting his utility to good use. And that is something we touched on at the beginning of this game. It's going to be something to look out for, and all these players, both NCI and UCD, have been well known for their strats and their utility usage in particular. Well, it's going to be a fast play actually onto the A bomb site. Evan going out, going to take down Comeback King. Cinder's not going to be able to find any more though. Takes down Evan. Mark Gaffo also removes Incipiens, who's been their A anchor for most of these rounds. And the bomb is down. Now this is looking like a very dominant round from NCI. That pause could have been what they needed. Fabulous Sean is also going to chime in and find Roybish. And now it's looking like this round could go the way of NCI, but Mr. Turtle is not finished yet. He actually finds Fabulous Sean in mid. But it looks like they are just going to save. They've got those 2 ups. Gonna hang on to those and bring them into round number 8. But NCI, surely enough, are going to put themselves on the board. And they're going to take this round. A little bit of utility left on Mark Gaffo as well, so he's not going to have to purchase that going into the next round. They keep 3 AKs as well. But most importantly, on the UCD side of things, they're going to hang on to those 2 AWPs. And again, with that economy, they have absolutely no problem buying up full utility diffusers on everyone. Drag's not actually opting for helmet, which is understandable against 1-tap potential of the AKs. But they've got everything that they want to work with in this round. A little bit slow. The T's are actually poised towards B bomb site. Cinder's found his way all the way in. And that's been brought down to a 3-on-3. Rotate is going to be coming across from Evan, but I'm not sure if they want to go for this one. They're waiting for Evan to arrive before they make their move, but Cinder has other ideas. Now all players, Bitter's actually sitting out in mid, so he's not going to be there. But he is going to make his way, and the call comes in. Mr. Turtle finds one. Evan finds another. And Cinder gets the lineup. He sees the player dropping down. He's going to fall back towards Heaven. Peeks out again. Can't find the frag. It's a 1-on-1 now. Drags taps the bomb. And can Cinder find the frag? He knows he hasn't got enough time. Perfect play from Cinder. And even though he's going to fall, that's going to be round number 2 for NCI. Cinder holding on to that round for NCI, finds the double spray down. He was in the perfect position for it. Manages to get away before the UCD AWPer could take him down, and with only a couple of seconds left on the clock, it's going to be round number 2 going over to NCI. Great play from Cinder. UCD are going to be a little bit disappointed. It was an unfortunate round. They almost got the retake. Cinder was having none of it. Markov was going to actually push out through this smoke, and Drags is going to find him. Comeback King trades out the frag. Incipients, this wall of smoke now is going against him, but finds 2 actually through the smoke. Looks like there was a little bit of team damage as well on the NCI side of things, but Incipients will take that one any day of the week. And now we're down to a 4-on-2. But again, Cinder is alive, and he's actually in this Z connector. Mr. Turtle might not know it, and if he gets a little bit too aggressive here, it could be all over. But I think he knows, and he's holding this angle nice and passively. He has a rough idea of where he is. Is he going to pre-fire? He knows where he is, but Cinder's faster off the trigger. And he's going to fall. Now we're in a 3-on-2. And the bomb is making its way up towards Highway. Fabulous Sean going to be the entry man on point for this move. Great team play here. They're going to be covering off each other as much as they can. And with Rybish on the B bomb site, this could be any man's round, and if they find this next frag, it might be. Evan is going to take down Fabulous Sean and Cinder with that as well, so he's going to shut that round down. Things were looking a little bit sketchy for the UCD side there, and with Rybish all the way over on the B bomb side, if Evan had gone down there with 2 players left on NCI, that could have been round number 3, but luckily enough, Evan is there nice and confident, finds the first frag, manages to isolate them, take the 2 1-versus-1s. And it's going to be 7-2 to UCD going into round number 10. Very dominant CT performance so far from the UCD team. Evan now, after taking over, he's leading the way with 10 kills. The NCI have been relegated to just pistols yet again. 1 smoke on Bitter. So they do have something planned. Fabulous Sean also has Kevlar and head armor. Although they have got limited utility and weaponry, they are going to make something try to happen, and they're going to pour out of squeaky doors. Comeback King, only one managed to find a frag so far. And just Bitter left now. The bomb has been planted, but he's not going to be able to get anything else done. The defuse had already started. UCD only dropping 1 man again. And although they couldn't prevent the plant from going down, very easy round for them to clean up. 8-2 the scoreline. And we do have a limited buy coming in from NCI. They've opted to buy up what they can. Missing a little bit of utility there, especially on Mark Gaffo. But they're going to try and make something work. And now Cinder, he's going to be looking for this boost again. He's been favouring this position so far. Taking a little bit of damage. Great grenade timing. Just on the opposite side, Drags and Incipiens. And they're going to go for the counter boost, I believe. Incipiens. Roybish is actually able to find Cinder before Incipiens can get up there, and he's going to fall. 1 for 1 so far. Bitter dropped down to 2 HP, so he's got to be very, very careful. Now, with Evan isolated all the way over here on the A bomb site, Fabulous Sean's going to move in. Pre-fires actually through the smoke. They expect one there, and Mark Gaffo finds him. Now this bomb site is all the way open. Comeback King chiming in as well. Drags is going to fall. And now UCD have a retake situation on their hands here. The 2 versus 4. They know Bitter is low, and they know Comeback King must be low at this point, but I think the call is going to come in. They're just going to save it up, cut their losses, and bring their weapons into the next round. Evan with that AK as well. He's going to want to hang on to that. But NCI are going to be more than happy to put another round on the board. UCD not even looking for exit frags here. They just want to make sure they hang on to this weaponry. But as the bomb explodes, that's going to be 8-3. Still in favour of University College Dublin. And NCI managed to get a 3rd round on the board. With that limited utility they had, they still managed to make something happen, and it seems to be on the NCI side of things that they're just putting their aim to use. Especially with their entry fraggers. Mark Gaffo finding his way onto the B bomb site actually in the beginning of that round. Opened it up for them and allowed them to take the victory. But when it comes to the utility side of things, I think UCD definitely leading in that regard. But it could be just that they're on the CT side of things and they're holding nice passive angles. Drags finds Mark Gaffo. How to say it, Evan. Bitter's going to open the door, but it's not going to be what I wanted to see. Drag's taking a tiny bit of team damage there. He's not going to be too worried about that. Now Cinder on this boost position yet again. Peeks out and finds one. Incipien's going to get dropped. But Cinder is very, very low. One of the biggest talents in the Irish CS community. And he's going to have to go pretty huge here if he wants to put a 4th round on the board for NCI. UCD 4 men left alive. Roybish is holding from this checkers position. In tandem with Mr. Turtle, they're going to be holding on this B bomb site. A little bit of a dodgy spray coming in there, but Fabulous Sean knows where he is. The Molotov comes in, his hand is forced, and Roybish is going to fall. Now, all the utility coming in. Cinder actually flashes his teammate by accident there. They know one is in the smoke, but do they know about Mr. Turtle? He's in a great position here. Cinder tapping away, actually almost catches Drags, but Evan peeks out and takes him down, takes down Sean as well. And then Mr. Turtle, he's going to spring into life. Comeback King is going to fall, and that's going to be 9-3 to UCD. Some great team play here. Mr. Turtle on that B bomb site, he was biding his time, just trying to hide and cause as much trouble for NCI when he peeked out. Great communication between the team and NCI. Were a little bit unlucky there. They almost managed to find their way onto the bomb site, but just wasn't enough. And Roybish is going to take that duel. Comeback King trying to get into Sunroom, but Roybish is having none of that. 3 deagles on the side of NCI. Just the Glock on Bitter as well. Should be an easy round for UCD to pick up. But so far we are almost at the end of the first half of this map on Cash. And UCD with a very dominant performance so far. It's going to be interesting to see what NCI bring to the table once they move on to that CT side. But bar the 3 rounds so far, they haven't been able to crack the defense of the UCD CT side. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen this round either. 2 men over towards Sunroom. Mark Gaffo now is going to chance his arm on A. But Fabulous Sean is also going to fall in that sunroom position. Bitter's not too far behind him. Roybush going to pick that one up as well. Mark Affo swinging out. Tapping away. Actually finds Incipients. Very long range shot with the Deagle there. And Cinder, the man with the plan, he's in highway, but he's going to get shot in the back. Drags is going to take him down with the USP, and it's all on Mark Gaffo. Lovely shot there into highway, but it is going to be the round going over towards UCD. And the bomb, actually, strangely enough, was underneath boost. So even if Mark Gaffo wanted to get the bomb down, he couldn't. Could have been a little bit of a misplay there. A little bit of miscommunication, but again, with just those pistols, it's not going to be easy for NCI to take that round, and I think UCD would have been a little bit upset if any more of their players had fallen there, but as it stands, 10-3, round 14. It's going to be a fast play here from NCI. They're going to be trying to catch UCD off guard. Cinder's coming out, he finds one. Evan and Incipients are chiming in, though it's going to be 3 players down for NCI, but a lovely frag from Cinder. And he knows Incipients is close, but if he swings out too far, he's going to get caught. And now in the 1-on-3, make that a 1-on-2. Cinder finds Incipients. He's going to get dropped, but they know where he is, and if he's not careful, he's making a lot of noise. Mr. Turtle knows where he is, but he's going to be too quick, and I think Cinder might have actually heard him there. Yes, he does. It makes it a 1-on-1 now, and it's anyone's round. Bomb is going down, and Roybush is quite a ways away. Cinder not sure where he is, and by now he's long gone from the bomb site. Roybush has to be very careful here. He's going to be expecting him on the bomb site. Doesn't know exactly where the bomb is planted on the site either. This is beautiful play here from Cinder. Can he take a 4th round for his team? He hears the steps coming in, and that's going to be it. Cinder in the 1 versus 3 manages the ace as well. Beautiful play there from Cinder. Puts his team on his back when it counts. 15 frags now after that ace, leading the way of NCI. And Cinder has obviously had enough of losing these rounds. Just the AK manages to find a 4th round. Had to ace it for it, but beautiful play. Coming into the last round now of the first half. Going to be a fast execute actually onto B, and UCD are after emptying their bank, so they haven't got everything they'd like here. And now NCI, actually Incipient's going to find Cinder. Mark Affo's going to trade him out though, and now the bomb has gone down. Drags finds a kill with that Deagle and finds a second one, make that 2. And NCI, they found their way onto the bomb site very quickly, but I think they were expecting more players, and Drags finds a 3rd. And now it's all down to Bitter. Not going to be able to get the job done, and UCD are going to be taking the 11th round, the final round of the half. It's going to be 11-4 going into the half-time pause. Drags leading the way for UCD, 18 frags, closely followed by Incipients and Evan, 14 and 15 each. But look at that difference on NCI, 15 frags for Cinder. With only 4 rounds on the board for NCI, managed in 15 frags. His team are lagging behind a bit, but if Cinder can put him on his back and replicate what he's done in a couple of these rounds so far, could be anyone's game. Now we are going to see the swap over, so NCI are going to be taking up their positions on the CT side. And UCD, they're going to chance their arm on the T side. We've got also, for everybody watching, we've got this new marker in game as per the recent update, which you can see on the scoreboard. And this is the clinch marker, so this is the soonest that the game could end if UCD manage to win the next 5 rounds. But hopefully NCI are going to put a stop to that. And it is going to be the pistol round coming in now. Pretty standard spread from NCI. Just 5 sets of Kevlar, but a lovely shot from Cinder, and Drags is going to fall very, very early in the round. And Fabulous Sean finds 2 running headshots. Beautiful shots with the USP now. His teammate's going to be there to back him up, and he finds a 3rd. Can he find a 4th though? The bomb has gone down and it's all on Rybish. He's not going to get anything done, and clean sweep for NCI in the pistol round. Not a single man falling. Cinder opened up the round with a lovely 1-tap onto Drags, and Fabulous Sean decided to chime in as well. Picks up 3. And it is going to be the pistol round going over to NCI, so they have given themselves a fighting chance on cash. Round 17 now. A couple of SMGs. Cinder opting for the M4. It's going to be a fast rush actually onto the B bomb site from UCD. Only 1 man there. Comeback King's going to have to deal with it. He's playing in checkers. Finds 2, finds 3. Evan chiming in with 1 onto Mark Gaffer, but Cinder trades him out. It's all down to Drags. Just that pistol. He's not going to be able to get too much done, and it's going to be 6 rounds now for NCI. Great call there actually from Mark Gaffo to decide if there was going to be that rush play coming in. He wants to have a nice secure position to play from. And NCI obviously thought there was going to be a rush towards the A-bomb site, but played that beautifully well there. UCD didn't check the checkers position in the very, very back. And they're going to pick up that round nice and easy. Drags sliding out through the smoke. And, oh, very unfortunate that he gets dropped to the Molotov, but Cinder's going to be happy with that at least. Takes him with him from the grave. Now Mark Gaffo. Playing from highway. He knows Incipiens is there. Now the vent has been broken. They've got to be careful on the B-bomb site as well. It looks like UCD are playing this quite passively actually now. They've got control of mid, so they've got to weigh up their options, what they want to go for. And we can see here Mr. Turtle is actually expecting the push from the CT side, but it's not going to come anytime soon at least. And Rybish has found his way all the way up through highway. But I think CT side, they know where he is. See that flash coming out there at the shoulder from Bitter. He's going to relay that info to his teammate, drop back towards quad. But Incipiens is coming to help his teammate out, so anything could happen now. 30 seconds left on the clock, and UCD have got to make their move. Rybish needed to find that frag, but he's not going to be able to. But Incipiens sneaks all the way through connector and takes down Mark Apple. Bitter also drops, but now UCD are on the bomb site. They're going to get that bomb down. It's all on Comeback King. They're going to be hoping to pick this round up, but if Comeback King has anything to say about it, it could be still going over to NCI. And Rybish is not having any of that. It's going to be a quick round going over to UCD. Now, it was interesting to see that they left the clock tick down very, very low. They didn't get impatient. They didn't play fast, even though they picked up a couple of frags early on. But they do manage to convert the round. Great play from UCD. And NCI have been relegated to pistols as well. A couple of 5.7s. A deagle on Cinder. Drags is going to find the opening kill into the round, and it should be a pretty straightforward round for the T side. Cinder's dropped very low, but Bitter gives him a helping hand. Incipiens is going to fall. They won't be able to retrieve the rifle though. That is the key point. They're not going to be able to retrieve that rifle yet. But it is all square. 4 apiece on either side. Cinder hasn't got much HP to play with, but with that deagle, he's still got that one-shot potential, so still a force to be reckoned with. And again, we see UCD have slowed down the round. They're taking things nice and slow. A little bit of damage coming in, but Drags doesn't care at all, and Cinder chimes back there with that deagle, like we said. 3 on 2 now. Rybish is tapping away. Eventually Cinder's gonna fall. Not enough HP to play with there. Didn't have everything he needed. The bomb is gonna go down. And again we see Bitter in the 1-on-3 situation. Just that 5.7 to play with. He's gonna be looking to do as much economic damage as he can. Drags with a humble request in the chat as well. Little is bitter. No, all these players are still very close to this bomb site. He's got to be careful. Finds one. The possibility the retake is gone, but managing to find at least one UCD player there. Doing a little bit of economic damage to keep their economy at bay is always good. Given that UCD do have the cheaper buy going into all these rounds with that AK-47. None of the players, interestingly enough, none of the players actually opting for the SG. The T-side equivalent of the AUG. But we might see some of the players on NCI pull out the AUG once they get their economy rolling. They're going to eco this round, come back king with just the Deagle. And Cinder as well. Bitter finds one, but can he find two? Yes, he can. And now Evan falls. Drags is going to chime in and trade him out. Playing that forklift position. Mark Affo is going to fall. Cinder has managed to pick up the AK here. Found his way into A main. And with the bomb down, comeback king. He finds his first frag of the half and his second. And that's going to be a fantastic round for NCI to win. They had 2 Deagles and just a couple of upgraded pistols. And they managed to actually convert that into a round win. Great play there, and UCD going to be scratching their heads at that one a little bit, I think. They had everything they needed going into that round, and I think they just took their foot off the gas a little bit. Oh, and it looks like we have another pause coming in. Actually a timeout, but from the chat it seems to be high ping across the server. We can't confirm nor deny from here, but should be getting back into the game very, very soon. We take this time to reflect now on the scoreboard. 1370 UCD. They're almost on the cusp of taking this map, and with it this best of 1. But NCI have started to show their teeth a little bit here on the CT side now. Comeback King's got his AWP. We know he likes to play with it. Cinder, Fabulous Sean and Bitter also managing to salvage AKs in that last round. They're going to bring him across to the CT side. But we do still have a little bit of a tech issue. Evan is going to rejoin, get himself loaded in. And UCD now decide whether or not they're going to buy going into this round. They haven't got a fantastic economy. Drags is going to opt for the Deagle, so looks like they might just go for the upgraded pistols here. Evan's going to drop out a few P250s, grab a CZ for himself. And it appears the ping issues have resolved themselves, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be getting back into round number 21 in just a couple of moments. On the NCI side of things, Mark Affo sticking with his M4. We can see Cinder leading the way with 20 frags, almost double that of the next on his team, but he's got to go absolutely nuclear here in this map if he wants to bring it all the way. And unfortunately for NCI, they haven't got much room to play with. They haven't got much breathing room. UCD sitting at 13 rounds. They're going to be getting quietly confident that this map is theirs, but if NCI have anything to say about it, could go either way. With just these upgraded pistols, they're going to be hoping to do what NCI did last round. Holding nice and easy now. UCD mainly stacked over towards this B side of the map, but Roybish and his teammate there in mid, they're going to throw the smokes out, get that wall of smoke up mid, and the counter smoke coming in there from NCI, but they're going to push out anyway. And 2 players mid. Cinder's got to be careful that he doesn't fall, and Drags actually finds him, but Sean manages to trade him back. Drags is going to get dropped. That's going to be 2 kills going over to Fabulous Sean. A comeback king finds the first, but whiffs the next shot. He's going to be disappointed with that one. Fabulous Sean now knows the bomb is there. Evan has actually picked up the AWP, so might be able to make something work this round. The 2-on-3. Mark Gaffa finds incipients now. It's all on Evan and he can't get anything done. Too many players all coming at him at once. Didn't have the right gun for the job. And it is going to be the 8th round on the board now for NCI. Interesting strategy there actually from UCD. They opted for the stack towards the B bomb site and used most of their utility actually out towards mid to get that wall of smoke up. And even though the counter smoke came in from NCI, they just opted to push through it, and Fabulous Sean was in a great position there to counteract that push. Even though Cinder does get dropped, trades out 2 kills and helps them secure the round. Smoke onto boost now to put out that Molotov. T-side here, they're going to be looking to try and find a frag here. Incipiens swings out and Fabulous Sean can't find the frag. The duel is going to go the way to Incipiens. And now we're down to a 4-on-5. The man advantage over towards UCD. And again, we've seen it time and time again from UCD even. Not UCC. Time and time again from UCD. They're going to slow the round down. 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. And they know NCI have got to spread themselves thin with this man advantage towards the T side. Just waiting to see if any of these CT players are going to get aggressive. But the bomb is actually gone all the way into the bomb site. Now Drags leading the way with that bomb. Going to try and open up the bomb site, but gets taken down all the way to 3 HP. He's got to be very careful of that Molotov. And helping out Evan there. He's going to find the frag onto Comeback King. And now B bomb site is open, but very low HP across the board for UCD. Rybish the only one sitting at 100. With 5 men left alive though, it looks like NCI don't want to take this one. And they're going to be hoping to bring their weaponry into the next round. But not many rounds on the board. NCI can't afford to take these risky retake situations. And with so many players left alive on the UCD side of things, they would be walking pretty much into a death trap. But Bitter going to be happy enough to take that frag. And he's going back for more. Actually sees one in Sunroom, but he hasn't got the HP to take the duel. And they're just going to fall back. It looks like UCD are going to push all the way there. Confident to taking these kills, and both sides not wanting to push too hard, not wanting to put the foot down too much there. There's a lot on the line. Round 23. And UCD are just 2 rounds away from converting this map to a victory in this best of 1. Getting that all-important W. And NCI are really struggling to find some system to combat what UCD are doing every round. That's going to be Drags now, finding the headshot wallbang onto Mark Gaffo with the AWP. And Incipiens is going to hop up to take his place and finds a lovely shot onto Z Connector. Fabulous Sean's going to fall. A 3-on-5 situation. NCI, they've got a mountain to climb. But we do see Bitter and Comeback King heading towards the A bomb site. They're expecting the hit to come on to A. Lovely flashbang there, actually coming in from the NCI side. Now the players start to pour out, heading towards the A bomb side. Incipien's going to swing all the way around. He finds one. Can he find the second? No, he can't. Comeback King finds 2 though. And now Rybish spraying through that one-way smoke, leaving Cinder all alone, 1 versus 3. They're going to know he's there. That damage tick from the Molotov's going to give away his position. And it's going to be UCD now on match point 15-8 to UCD. We see a technical pause coming in again. Apparently the ping on the server is spiking, unfortunately, so I do apologise for the delay. But it should right itself in just a couple of moments. We'll be back into the round. UCD now on match point 15 for them, going into round 24. NCI have got to go all the way. They can't afford to slip up anymore. Now they have got pretty decent buy bringing it into this round. Going to be looking to spend everything they have. 3 defuse kits, 1 on Comeback King, Bitter and Fabulous Sean. Interestingly enough, we actually see 2 of the NCI players using the M4A1S, so not your typical gun on the CT side, but if they can make it work for them, anything's possible. Cinder's going to play nice and aggressive on mid, trying to counter that boost that seems to be coming in every round from UCD, but it's not going to find anything this round yet. Bitter chimes in, manages to find Rybish before he gets traded out. And UCD are going to be happy enough with that one now. Cinder's in an awful position here. He's going to get dropped all the way to 7 HP. Beautiful Molotov from UCD to force him out. Incipient's holding that passive angle. With that damage coming in, they're going to know where he is. And Cinder's all alone in mid. He hasn't got anyone. He's got 3 UCD players very, very close to him. And he's got to be very careful, but Incipient's is faster. Caught between a rock, a hard place, and another UCD player. To get himself out of that one. Now, the timing is not in the favour of Mark Gaffo either, and he's going to fall to drags, and now it's all on Fabulous Sean to keep his team in the game. GG's coming out already. His teammates are not fancying his chances at this retake, and there's the headshot from Drags. It's going to be 16-8. Going over to UCD. Drags himself leading the way with 28 kills. Couldn't hit the 30 bomb before we get into the end of the game. But unfortunately it wasn't enough from Cinder and Co to bring that one all the way back. So we are going to see UCD taking the first W of the night in our first best of 1 out of 2. The GG's coming into the chat as well. But it is going to be the victory going over the way of UCD. Next game coming up, everybody, we're going to be seeing Trinity College Dublin taking on the UL Wolves, which we are hopefully going to get underway shortly enough. And that is going to be our second game of this evening. Again, I'm Jason Cardinal Power, and I'm going to be your host and commentator for this next game again. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Marvin.ie, the #1 delivery service for all your fast food needs. Definitely check them out. Keep an eye out for their amazing deals as well. Marvin.ie. So, like I said, everybody, we are going to be getting into game number 2. Trinity College Dublin taking on the UL Wolves momentarily. We are going to find out if we're sticking on the same server or not. But again, GG's all around to that game. It was a great game to watch. Unfortunately, NCI couldn't bring it back any further, but 16-8 the scoreline, finishing everything up. We did see some great plays though from UCD, especially their utility usage. Absolutely fantastic. And even more so their team cohesion and their team play together. The communication is very clearly on point across the whole team. They're going to manage to convert that into a W. And with that, I believe, now I may be wrong, but I believe that actually puts them at the top of the leaderboard in their group within the Irish Collegiate Esports Winter Challenge. So they're going to be leading the way in their group. And I don't know about you sitting at home, but I'm very excited for this next game between Trinity and UL Wolves. We're going to be seeing some familiar faces return yet again. Trinity were on stream only this Monday, actually, playing UCD. It was a great game. And it looks like our server has shut down, so we're going to have to find a new one. So apologies about the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Just trying to find out whether or not we are sticking on the same server, which I don't believe so. Server's been shut down, which is unlikely. But in the meantime, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break while we get the next game up and running and ready to go. So I will leave you for now. Everybody use this time as a chance to grab a drink, grab some food, possibly use Marvin.ie, the #1 delivery service, to get some amazing deals delivered straight to your door. And we'll be back in a couple of moments for game number 2 between Trinity and the UL Wolves. So I've been Jason Cardinal Power, and I'll catch you in just a moment.
Other day. Other day.
To the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. I'm still trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. This is all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. Still trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. This is all I know. This is all I know. I ain't gonna stop till I reach my goal. This is all I know. And I know that I need it. This is all I know. Never giving up like I thought I would. Reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. Still trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. This is all I know. I won't stop until I make it. Every step I try to pave my way. Gotta strive and take your chances. Only I can make my answers. I won't let my motivate. Reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. Still trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like they thought I'd do. This is all I know. This is all I know. I ain't gonna stop till I reach my goal. This is all I know. And I know that I need it. This is all I know. This is all I know.
Every breath I take is heavy with the thought of you. The moment I awake, I'm chasing signs. Never give up, I never give up. It's never enough, it's never enough. You're not the one, scared that the sun won't shine on me. I've been holding on for some kind of miracle. I'll be right there if you ever go. Holding on for some kind of miracle. I'll be right there if you ever go. Every breath I take is heavy with the thought of you. The moment I awake, I'm chasing signs. Never give up, I never give up. It's never enough, it's never enough. You're not the one, scared that the sun won't shine on me. I've been holding on for some kind of miracle. I'll be right there if you ever go. Holding on for some kind of miracle. I'll be right there if you ever go.
can feel you when you're not around. burns my skin. How could love wear so thin? I'm sinking in the hollow ground. Nothing can stop me wanting you somehow. I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, I won't be alone. We won't be I won't let it die. I can feel you when you're not around. When the night gets cold, we won't be alone. Hey, Commander, can you unplug me? Just for a minute, I need some privacy. Headset off and stretch your neck out. Down the rocks to her head safe house. Yeah, I remember it all. Bleed and shut out my calls. The air was so dusty, her armor getting rusty. She found thoughts she never had. Her young ones were just as bad. You really in a heart, feel like a lady. Pins apart, cold, rugged, waiting. I can't believe that you lied. You know where to find me. I get the feelings in a really thought it cost me. Drops in her goggles, art of love. And something's really wrong and it feels awful. And even though her body is back to normal, she once wasn't feeling it. It's hiding in her soul. I don't wanna know what she did. She's not who I am. At least that's what I thought. Now I'm second guessing. I can't put my gun down. My suit's getting heavy. Something wants to be released. Something dark inside me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. Something dark inside of me. Dark familiarity. She opened her eyes and watched the ruins and thought of a life and a love to lose. She shook out her lenses, they want her back soon. The moments alone becoming scarce and few. Sure she could fight, but she's getting visions. These the words unspeakable and personally thick. She couldn't pose a threat to the ghost like this. She rescued her once, now it's her turn to save him. Yeah, I remember it all. Bleed and shut out my calls. The air was so dusty, her armor getting rusty. She found thoughts she never had. Her young ones were just as bad. She wins without a weapon. I don't wanna know what she did.
All right, everybody. Excuse me. Sorry about the delay. Everybody watching at home. Took us a few minutes to get the server spun up and ready to go, but we are almost ready to get in game here. The final match this evening is going to be Trinity College Dublin versus UL Wolves. We're seeing some familiar faces return. On the side of UL Wolves, we've got Mac, we've got Frost, Wayne, Barto, and Metal. Actually, no, that's bot Wayne. Seems like the overlay is a little bit bugged. Okay, no, we just have a 6th player on the UL side as well. As you do. But on the UL side, we have Barto, Mac, Zombinator, Frost, and Metal. Forget about Wayne. He's 0-2 anyway. And over on the Trinity side then as well, returning, we've got God of Fire, Beast from the East, Ekip, Stephen, and Dickweed. Okay, so looks like everybody's ready to go. This is going to be on Mirage, so we're going to get straight into the knife round. Zombinator has a 9 AM tomorrow, boys. F to pay respects. Let's hoping now. UL are hoping they're going to be able to take the win on this one, but we're going to be going straight into the knife round. See who's going to be sticking on what side. UL now brought it down to only 2 players left on Trinity. And that is going to be the knife round going over to UL. Okay, now unfortunately it looks like we had a little bit of a tech issue there during the knife round. Oh, no, actually, one of the Trinity players has disconnected. So we're going to be getting right into things in just a moment now. Stephen's on his way back in. And we're going to be seeing who's going to be able to take the W on this best of 1 on Mirage. And we're waiting to see whether or not UL are going to stick on this T side, or if they're going to opt to go for the swap and begin this map on the CT side, see if they can rack up a nice lead. Okay, apparently they're going to stay because they have not made a decision in time, but I believe they wanted to swap, so we are... Okay, right, hang on everybody. We're just going to have to get the admin in here. A little bit of an issue, because it looks like we waited too long for Stephen to reconnect. UL wanted to swap over to the CT side, which is perfectly fine. We might just have to get the game restarted and swap over the players. So for everybody in the chat, and for everybody watching at home, what are the predictions coming into this one? People you want to keep an eye out from Beast from the East and Ekip. You want to keep an eye on those on the TCD side, playing for Trinity. God of Fire as well is not shy for a few kills. And okay, right, this is a bit of an issue. Okay, it doesn't seem to be an admin on the server. Let's just get that squared away. Apologies about the delay to get things underway, ladies and gents. And there we go, an admin force ended the match. Sorted already. Yeah, and Trinity are just gonna have... We're just have to go through the knife round once more, I believe. Once everyone's readied up. Trinity will forfeit the knife round. And UL will be able to switch over to the CT side. so as I was saying, everybody, what are our predictions coming into this? Now, Trinity had great performance on Monday, casted by Ferex himself. And UL weren't too lucky in their previous game against NCI on the same map, actually. On the same map they played on Mirage. But from what I can tell, these players have been practicing hard. They've all been scrimming hard, getting in as much CS as they can. So UL are going to be confident that they can take this one all the distance. And we're going to see if Trinity can do anything about it. So, everybody swapped over. Trinity are going to be starting on the T side of this map. UL opting for the CT side. Looking at the buy here now, actually. One diffuser coming out on Mac. And just Kevlar for the rest. A couple of decoys. And Trinity, though, 4 sets of armor. The flashbang on Dickweed. Tapping away now. Mac actually finds a kill onto God of Fire. Very clean out from Connector. It's going to give the man advantage over to UL. Still 1 minute and 30 left on the clock, so very early in the round for God of Fire to get dropped, but could go either way. Now, Trinity barreling out of apartments, trying to get out, but Bartos, he has other ideas. Takes down Ekip. And Frost chimes in as well. Barto with a second. Dickweed's going to fall. And now it's all left on the Beast in the East in a 1 versus 5. And it's not looking likely. He's got the P250, so he can take those longer engagements. But UL have swarmed around the bomb, and Zombinator sees him. 1 bullet's all he needs. And that's going to be the pistol round going over to UL. And as we've said previously, in all these games, in these best of ones, it is so important to convert the pistol round into victories if you can. Try and get as many rounds out of it as possible, because it's all to play for in these best of ones. It's very easy for a couple of rounds to turn into a considerable lead, and before you know it, you're getting a little bit hot under the collar as we come towards the end of the half and the end of the map. Now Frost is actually going to take quite a bit of damage going into the beginning of the round. 1 shotgun, couple SMGs. Frost is opted for the scout. Beast from the East is going to fall to max USP. Frost giving him a little bit of a hand. Ekip though finds 1 frag, and it's all down to him. It's going to be an easy shot from Frost there, and that's going to be 2 rounds for UL. Not much to work with there, Trinity. Just a couple of upgraded pistols, not much utility. They are going to buy into this next round now. The AKs are coming out. Limited utility. Ekip's just got the 1 smoke on himself. Same with Dickweed. But they're going to be pouring all their resources into this round to see what they can get done. UL opted to upgrade to the M4s. And Frost preemptively Molotov and window, expecting the smoke to come in, but looks like Trinity are going to hang on to their limited smoke grenades. Pretty default spread from the CTs here. Trinity out mid there, just trying to get control of mid. And Dickweed is pushed all the way up to chair. Not sure now if Frost has actually spotted him out. Zombinator's going to get aggressive, and he's going to sprint out actually, and Dickweed is going to find that frag every day of the week. Not quite sure what Zombinator was hoping to accomplish there. Gets a little bit unlucky. He did leave Dickweed on 1 HP. And now Barto finds 1, finds 2. Beast from the East trades him out. Coming out of the window, he does get tagged down quite low. Has to deploy the smoke to give himself a little bit of room to play with. Moving across the bomb site now. Trinity need to get this bomb down. They haven't got much HP to play with between the team. But it's all evens. Metal finds 1 and 2. Steven returns 2 frags and just a pistol to play with. Using that broken chair position, Steven manages to find 3 frags there. And I think UL thought they had that round in the bag. But it is going to be the round going over to Trinity, and we've had Another technical pause here. Looks like some of the UL players have disconnected. But hopefully they are going to be back in just a few moments. So looking at the scoreline, it's very early on in the game to tell which way this is going to go. UL with just the 1 round advantage after picking up that pistol round. And given the state of their economy, once Mac and Metal rejoin, I would imagine they're not going to invest too much into this round. Just to see if they can start rolling a bit of an economy. Trinity have purchased up 2 AKs, 1 Galil, 2 UMPs. Quite a bit of utility to play with as well. Only Beast in the East not opting for the helmet, which could prove problematic. But we'll have to see how this round plays out. Stephen there after that nice clutch, leading the scoreboard on the side of Trinity with 3 frags. And so far we've seen pretty standard play coming out from both teams. Nothing crazy. Both teams clearly just trying to feel each other out. And UL in particular have had a pretty default spread. We've got Frost opting for that longer range engagements from window. Gonna see him with the scout and more than likely the AWP as we progress through this game. Very wholesome messages coming into the chat as well. Interesting. We've seen Barto then over on the B bomb site. He's going to be the anchor on that. Interestingly, UL have actually opted for 2 players on the B bomb site, which is not entirely unusual, but Zombinator is going to be helping him out and pushing towards short whenever he can. Meanwhile, we see Mac and Metal over on the A site. They're going to be trying to hold off the executes that are inevitably going to come in from this Trinity on the terrorist side, which we will hopefully start seeing now that they've got a little bit of money left over in the bank. All the utility they need. And Mac is just letting us know that one of the players is restarting their PC, so Metal is just going to be 2 minutes. Get himself back in the server and then we'll be back underway. So again, I do apologize for all the delays this evening, for everybody watching at home and anybody who might be watching this VOD back. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor yet again, Marvin.ie. If you probably had ordered your food at the end of the last game, you would have it by now. That's how fast they are, the #1 delivery service. They've also just got great deals going on their website as well. Nice loyalty system if you keep ordering from the same takeaways. But I'm excited for this game and I hope you guys are too. Could see this one go all the way. UL are fancying their chances, but again, we had a great performance from Trinity just on Monday. And very good Counter-Strike. Zombalaner letting us all know that he's playing in his pajamas. Bit of a controversial statement, but what have you. And taking a look at the quick look at the scoreboard now. Again, not much information to go off because we are very, very early on into the round, but we can see at least that in the 2 rounds that UL managed to convert, they did keep most of their team alive, which has allowed them to bank a little bit of money in their economy. We see Frost sitting at 3,900. Did buy the defuse kit already. So, like I said, I'm not expecting much of an investment into this round. Just enough to get them by. And we'll probably see a more full buy coming in, going into round number 5 from UL. Trinity, on the other hand, they have a lot at their disposal. Right off the bat, we see 3 Molotovs as well. Enough smokes to go around, so they could be looking for an execute. Now, Whether or not they realise that UL hasn't invested much into this round yet, that remains to be seen, but just momentarily now we'll see Metal get back into the server and we're going to see how all this plays out. I could be completely wrong, but we're going to find out very, very shortly. It is just on the way. I'm curious as to what everyone thinks in chat and everybody watching at home. Are we rooting for a UL win? Or are Trinity just going to dominate this once they get the ball rolling? Let us know your predictions. Be sure to follow the channel as well. You can also follow all the content on Twitter at Irish Collegiate. And Metal has just rejoined the server. Fantastic. So we're going to be getting right underway in just a second. And we're getting back into round number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Here we see now a very quick execute, actually. Trinity using a lot of utility to get themselves out onto the A bomb site, but little do they know, the entire UL team has stacked the B bomb site. And the bomb is going to go down. The UL know what is after happening. Both teams strangely managing to avoid each other completely. But if UL play their cards right, they might just be able to get a few exit frags here. They didn't invest anything into this round apart from Frost with his defuse kit. Would be absolutely legendary if we managed to see a 1v5 ninja. Just like Zipex did earlier against North to close out the map. But it doesn't look as likely as it does here. Got a fire getting tagged up a tiny bit. And although Stephen will die to the bomb explosion. And Metal just at the end of the round actually manages to find a kill as well. So it wasn't all in vain. They do manage to get a little bit out of that round with very, very minimal investment. And again, they're not going to invest too much into this round either on the UL side. Just Deagles, the nade and the P250 on Zombinator. UL Metal actually taking the Kevlar as well. And a beautiful shot there opening up the round. He's going to peek out and go for more, but biting off a little bit more than he can chew, and he finds got a fire as well. Metal is on fire himself. Stephen trades one back and he's got to be careful, but Metal finds a third. Beast in the East is going to fall. And the bomb planter as well. Metal, oh my god. What just happened? Barto coming across to chime in and pick up a frag himself, but Metal almost took it all the way on his own. And that is going to be 3-2 the scoreline to UL Wolves. Fantastic performance from Metal on the A side. That was absolutely outrageous. Not quite sure what happened there, but manages to find 4 frags, even taking down the bomb planter as well. A little bit of miscommunication from Trinity maybe, but UL are going to be happy to have that one in the bag. And the last time we saw UL play on Mirage, it was actually Metal himself, the clutch master, who also picked up a 5-man ace in the second half pistol round to convert a round win for UL, so he's going to be one to watch coming on the UL side. Fancies himself in these clutch situations, and with the Deagle clearly. And Beast in the East already in this round. 1 minute and 10 left on the board, and he's been tagged all the way down to 5 HP, so he's got to be very careful. Doesn't have head armor as well, so gonna see how this one plays out. Beast from the East getting aggressive. He knows Frost has got that AWP, so Beast is gonna want to take that fight with him because he knows he's dead either way if he lands the shot. Hopefully make a little bit of room for his teammate now. But Dickweed has come up and holds that angle great, and Mac is going to be unfortunate there not to find that frag, but as the second player dropped very low for Trinity, and Ekip opening up the A side. Frost chimes back, but Steven trades him out, and now Barto. He's got a big job here. He's holding for Zombinator to come across to CT, and if Steven cuts him off now, this could be a very quick round, but Expecting the bomb to go to B, I think. With the AWP and the M4, they're just opting to save. They don't know where enough of the Trinity players are to make this a viable retake. And a smart decision from UL early on in this game. They want to get their economy rolling. They want to get a bit of money in the bank. Especially with that AWP being so expensive. They're going to want to bring that into the next round. But Steven is making a lot of noise, and he also doesn't want to get dropped and bring his AK into the next round. So both teams are a bit of a stalemate in this round, but the bomb is down and it is about to go off. It's going to even up the scoreline now. It's going to be 3-3 between UL Wolves and Trinity Cowboy Gang BBM 2.0. Round number 7 seems to be the most equal buy we've seen between both teams so far. Trinity opting for all AKs, and they're going to push out mid now to get a little bit of mid control if they can. Meanwhile, Zombinator's pushed all the way up short. With that smoke out, he's not going to be able to get too much information. He knows they haven't crossed all the way to chair. Codifier is just underneath him, but he's gone all the way back towards apartments. Frost with that AWP, we're going to keep an eye on him. He's playing this very cautiously now. Both teams don't want to give up anything that they don't need to. Dickweed is getting a little bit aggressive here. Pushed all the way to chair. That Molotov from his teammate allows him to push up that far. But a lovely flick from Frost, and he finds that frag. Metal also chiming in with another one. Beast from the East is going to get removed from the server. Now 5 men left alive on the UL side. Trinity not much left to play with. 3 players, but as we've seen before, anything can happen. God of Fire finds his way into window room, and Frost is going to pay for it with his life. Spinning around, Zombinator there with his teammate, covering off each other's angles. Now Trinity don't have a huge amount of time left or manpower. Steven is left all on his own. Gonna Molotov out ticket booth. And some decent nade damage. They're gonna drop Zombinator and Barto. 1-2, swift movement. But he's not expecting the second player in CT, and Mac is gonna convert that for round number 4. 4-3 now, in favour of the UL Wolves. Frost was the man to open up that round first with the AWP, so he's going to be one to watch. But again, expensive gun to get in your hands every round, especially if you're not bringing a huge amount of players into the next round from the previous. But he has managed to get it. Dropped from his teammate. And now we see Trinity heading towards the A bomb site. This could be the A execute that we've seen typically from most T sides on Mirage. Limited grenades though. It's going to be all on Beast from the East End, Steven, to try and enter their way into the site. Ekip, he's got the bomb on his back as well, so he's going to be trailing coming into the bomb site, and Metal is getting very aggressive here for the UL side. And he's in a fantastic position now. The call comes in. Here's the push out onto the site. Zombinator holding it down, finds 2. Make that a 3rd now. Ekip chimes in and finds Frost, but Zombinator with his 4th of the round. Can he find the ace? Fortunately, a little bit of team damage from Mac. Steven manages to find him, and Metal trades it out. So 4 frags going over to Zombinator there. It was a great hold on the ace site. And unfortunately, Metal had flanked the whole way around rather quickly that round. He had a huge amount of information for his team to let him know that there was no Trinity players in mid or towards Biats. So that is going to be 5-3 to Trinity. Again, limited investment coming into this round. Frost is going to find an easy frag onto Dickweed in mid. And we're just seeing 1 or 2 upgraded pistols on the Trinity side. They're just going to hold passively. See if any of the CTs get aggressive, but we do know Metal likes to wander, and if he's not careful, he could put himself within firing range of these pistols. So far, pretty even spread across the board for the CT side. Zombinator on A, and he's careful. Stephen might find him, and he does. Beautiful headshot from Stephen there with the deagle, and Frost is going to hold too close of an angle, but peeks out wide. Fine's got a fire and can't get the second shot. The bomb has gone down. And if Trinity play their cards right here, they could be looking at round number 4. Ekip peeks out just in time. The time is not going to be in favour of Metal, and Mac is there to find one. Can he find the next? Yes, he can. And things were looking a little bit sketchy for UL there, but luckily enough they managed to pull it back, and it was a great opening frag from Stephen to get themselves onto the A bomb site. He gave his teammates some hope of getting into that round, but just wasn't enough, unfortunately, and the UL players were able to rotate onto the site quickly enough to neutralise any chance of a 4th round for Trinity. But now looking across the scoreboard, Trinity have got their full buy again. AK is coming out for everyone, and they're going to play this one quite quickly. Codifiers pushed all the way up, and if Metal is not careful now, he could come into contact very, very soon. Just playing around the edge of that smoke, and both players not managing to see each other. East from the east just underneath, and we see 2 Trinity players at the top of mid. He is going to connect with that nade though, so they know where he is. He's got to be very careful that he doesn't take a lot of utility damage here. Got a fire peeking out, but his teammate walks in front of him with a nade in his hand now. A little bit of miscommunication there, but thankfully no one pays with their life for it. Barto, he's expecting the push from apartments. It's not going to come yet. These teams still battling for mid control. A whiffed off shot from Frost, but doesn't want to drop that very expensive gun, so he's going to play a little bit more passively. And now as we see the utility starting to dwindle on the CT side, they're not going to be able to hold off this push, and it's going to turn into more of a contact play. Ekip gets tagged up in the head. 2 nades coming and dropping to 1 HP. He's very lucky to still be alive. And Beast from the east with 2 beautiful frags there finds Frost and Zombinator, and Mac chimes in. Zombinator managing to take one with him from the grave. Molotov he threw earlier. Now Beast with the east. 2 frags already this round, and he's looking for more. He's got the AWP, but unfortunately wasn't in a position to support his teammate now. Dickweed's going to get dropped low, but Beast chimes in. There's Barto down. And Metal finds the frag onto Dickweed with the USP. On through the box, he actually finds Metal. Lovely shot from Beast. And all of a sudden, this isn't a 1-on-1. Beast with 4 frags. He has to ace it to win, or just keep Mac off the bomb long enough. Jumps out. He spots one. Spots the second. The bomb is planted in a great spot for him. And Mac needs to play this one very carefully, but he can't find the headshot, and that was his chance. The Molotov comes in. He's going to have to stick it head to the ground. Does he have enough time? Oh, the bomb gets defused. Oh, you hate to see it. Beast with the Glock actually does find the ace, but it's too slow. Oh, that was a very, very close. I would love to see the timer on that. That was a very, very close defuse. The pause coming in now. Trinity have got to take a breather after that one. That was a very unfortunate round for them to lose. The bomb, everything was in their favour. Beast from the east manages to bring it all the way down to a 1-on-1. And Mac just manages to have the perfect piece of utility to keep them in the round. Head to the ground. The Glock at that range is just not effective enough to drop him. Very, very unfortunate there from Trinity. They should have been there round. But the scoreline now, 7-3. And UL have decided to go all in on this round. So we do see the FAMAS on Mac, which is not ideal, but they'll make it work. Off the back of that last victory there. Beast from the east with a very fast shot though. And that FAMAS is not going to matter too much considering Mac is already out of the round. Now we see this A execute coming in. There is only Zombinator on the A side. He's going to be this anchor and he's going to be all alone. And the boost though coming in actually. Frost is above him. Mark my words. The bomb goes down, so the utility has held him off just for long enough. The metal is going to get flashed out before he can peek. Great utility usage from Trinity. And it looks like the call has come in. UL are just going to save, but Ekip has another idea. Cheeky one tap, going to drop Barto. And 5 players left alive from Trinity. Very decisive round from them. So they are going to claw one back. Round number 11 is going to go the way of Trinity. Getting close now to the end of the first half on Mirage. It's been a very tense game so far. There's a lot of rounds that could have gone the way of TCD, but we saw a magical round from Metal with that deagle, turning absolutely nothing into a round for UL, and we saw that unbelievably lucky defuse coming in from Mac earlier as well. Perfect Molotov just to give himself enough time. So although the scoreline doesn't show it, this could be a much closer game than it already is. And now out mid, both teams battling for mid control. They've got to be very careful though. There damage coming in from all directions. And UL have to forfeit a little bit of control, but Metal has other ideas and Dickweed's gonna get dropped. Now tapping away from mid, Frost burns in the Molotov and Metal helps him out. God of Fire is gonna get taken out. And now it is a 3-on-4, the man advantage for UL Wolves. But they are separated into 2 groups of 2. Trinity, they do have the added benefit of being able to stick together. And it looks like they are going to hit this B bomb site now. Zombinator has opted to head towards market area, possibly expecting the push from Trinity, and we see Mac all the way in dark. So they will take the retake on A if it comes in, but it's not. There's a lovely opening frag there from Barto. And a second, he's feeling it with the deagle this time. Can't find the third. Steven's going to trade him out, but with just that AWP and 14 HP to play with, it's not looking like a likely round to go the way of Trinity. With 5 seconds left on the board as well, that's going to be an 8th round going over to UL Wolves. 2 lovely shots from Barto there from the B-bomb site. Completely shut down that play that was about to come in. And if we take a quick look at the scoreboard, Metal leading the way for the UL team. 14 frags over on him. Pretty even Stevens across the board then for the rest of the UL team. On the Trinity side, Steven, he's leading the way with 11 frags. God of Fire is having a bit of a mare so far. Only 2 kills going his way, but it is still all to play for in this best of 1. And now things have quietened down a bit in round 13. We're going to see what looks like to be an A execute coming in, but Metal is going to have a bit of a contact play in mid, and Frost has pushed all the way around. He's got to be very careful. Almost whiffs the shot, but still picks up the kill. And now out onto the bomb site. A little bit of team damage coming in, not ideal. Zombinator with the one-way. Can't find the frag, but at least calls out the information for his team now. The bomb is going to go down. That smoke is just going to be enough. Can Steven find the frag through the smoke? He can't. Man advantage towards UL. Here comes the Molotov now. Zombinator is going to push through. They're not going to be expecting this so quickly, and Dickweed is going to get caught out. And the kill and sandwich as well doesn't go the way. The trade coming in. Barto finds one. God of Fire and Steven to return the frags. And it's a 2-on-2. And TCD have got to be very careful. Steven's in the smoke and the jump and headshot from the USP. They know where the last is. Golfire's got this all on to play for, but gets his head taken off in the process, and that's going to be round number 9 going to UL. 9-4 now the scoreline, coming to the conclusion of this half. And I have to say, a very solid performance now from UL in the last couple of rounds. They've been much more decisive with their plays. And we can see from their first game against NCI, they've really worked on their teamwork. But that remains to be seen when we're going to swap over to the T side. Trinity now, you have to say, they've been very, very unlucky with some of these rounds. Really could have gone either way in a lot of them. But they're not out yet. And Barto from the B bomb side is going to hold. Metal helping him out. Switching over to the USP to find the last frag. And 2 quick headshots takes down Stephen and Dickweed. Now moving into round number 15, the last round of the half. TCD are going to be investing everything they've got, which isn't much. But again, stranger things have happened. Beast from the East and Ekip hoping to make something happen. Stephen as well. One of the more recognisable names in the Irish CS community. But he's got to go large if he wants to take this to 10-5 for the end of the half. Fire now pushing up with the jump shot around the corner. A little bit of help from Beast from the East, finds 1, but Frost finds 2. And now in a 2-on-4, it's not looking likely for Trinity. They've got to play this one very carefully. Limited manpower. Zombinator swinging out. He finds the head of Ekip. And with the bomb dropped, Stephen has got a big task at hand. Spots the second player. He's expecting the push from short. 1 minute left on the clock. He's got plenty of time to play with. $50 left. Has got the smoke and the Molotov, so he does have a little bit of utility to play with. But it looks like UL have lost track of him so far. It's spreading out. And his goal here is to make this into 3 1v1s. Only 42 HP, so he's got to take these kills quickly if he can. And unfortunately now that shot is going to give his position away. I think he was expecting the pre-fire. 25 seconds left on the clock. He's got to make his move. And you all know exactly where they are. Stephen now 15 seconds at this point. He's just going to look to pick up a few frags. But it's all for naught. Gets shot in the back then to end the half. And the scoreline is going to be 11-4 over to UL Wolves. So, having a quick look at the scoreboard again, Metal still leading the way for UL. 17 kills on him now. And Stephen, on the TCD side, he's got to really pull something out of the bag now. On the T side, he was leading the way. Almost double the frags of his next highest teammate, Beast from the East. If we take a quick look at the ADR as well, we can see actually Ekip, he's got a lot of utility damage. It's not really translating into kills for him, but especially on the UL side, they've upped their game on the utility by a huge margin now. 167 utility damage for Metal. Coming in with 114 ADR as well. He's definitely leading the way for his team. And if we look at Mac, actually 15 enemies flashed. Very impressive stat. Similarly, Ekip on the other side with 13. Just goes to show how important utility is for both teams. Whether you're on the CT side or the T side. Extremely important. Coming into the pistol now. We've swapped over. Trinity are going to be taking up their positions on the CT side. Pretty default buy from them. 4 Kevlar, 1 Diffuse Kit, and the smoke on Beast from the East. We've got 3 Kevlar actually from UL. They're all towards this B bomb site. 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs between them. They've got something up their sleeve here, and we're going to see what it is in just a moment. The smokes and the flashes are coming in now. And UL have poured out onto the site. Barto finds 1 though, but Ekip gonna take him down. And now it's a 3-on-3, but not much HP on the TCD side. That's going to favour these Glocks in this close range engagement. The bomb has gone down. And Frost is just trying to find the frags, and he does. Dickweed walks straight into that crosshair. And that's all on Stephen, 8 HP. This is not looking likely, but there's the first kill. Almost catches Mac as he's walking back towards apartments, but even where the bomb is planted now, this should be an easy round for UL to pick up. Unless they make a huge blunder, but they see him. And 2 shots, that's going to be the end of his life as well. Zombinator finds him. Manages to get away without dying to the bomb explosion. So, interesting strategy there from UL. It looked like it was just going to be a rush out the B apartments, but they did put their utility to good use. They managed to convert that pistol round as well, so 1 AK, 1 Galil, 2 SMGs, and the Tech 9 on metal. An interesting purchase that he's not going for the CZ now since these changes. A couple of weeks ago to the CZ damage. See if he can put that gun to good use. On the Trinity side, just a couple of upgraded pistols. God of Fire sticking on the USP. Trying to build up a little bit of an economy if they can. They don't have very many rounds to play with here. But Metal, he's holding this push. Can he put the Tech 9 to use? Finds the first frag, but gets instantly traded out. And there's a beautiful headshot from Steven as well. Now it's all to play for. UL are dropping like flies in the bomb site. And Ekip, he's going to jump out through the fire and the flames. And that's going to be a great round for Trinity to pick up. Didn't invest much into it. Just, like I said, a couple of upgraded pistols. But coming out of this round, they're going to be taking the W, and they're going to be taking an AK and 2 SMGs. That is a huge round for Trinity to win. And they really would have been up against the heat if they had lost that. It would have put UL on 13 rounds, but Stephen opening up the bomb site with a beautiful headshot from the Deagle. He really favours that gun, and you can tell his aim is on point tonight. And UL fortunately can't convert that round. So now, just a CZ on Barto. Glocks on everyone else. And we have got 3 players over towards this palace area for UL. Looks like we might have a little bit of a fake here. Nades raining in though from Trinity. They're going to put a stop to that quickly as they can. Mac and Zombinator are going to jump out. And they've timed this together. They're both going to push. God of Fire though, holding onto the site as well as he can. Steven helps them out with 1. Just Barto left. And now Mac over on B. Can't get anything done. Just a little bit of damage onto Ekip was all they managed to accomplish that round. And Trinity managed to string another round together. And we're going to see now on this CT side, they've managed to get their first AWP out. Whether or not they will tend to go for the second AWP later on in the game if they can get enough money in the bank. See if that becomes true or not. God of Fire pushing up. Support from Beast from the east from behind. Frost opting for the AWP as well, but he gets flashed out and the smoke actually saves his life. Ekip and Beast, as well as God of Fire, pushed all the way up mid. Take him down, but smoke actually allows him to get away. Keep that AWP in play for the T side. Now the round has slowed down. UL have spread out across the map. 3 players over towards B. We've got Mac holding in Palace. And Barto watching from the push from T ramp. Most of the Trinity players now over towards this A bomb site. And it looks like Ekip is going to be playing that rotator, heading back towards B now. Dickweed looking for a bit of information in Palace, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get his head taken off by Frost, and that was a very close shot actually. Gets away with his life though. Now 40 seconds left on the clock. UL are going to have to make a move. They're moving towards the B bomb site. But they've got to be decisive here. They can't afford to mess around. With only 30 seconds left, they're actually bringing the bomb through underground. Flashbangs coming out onto the B site as well. I'm not sure what strategy they have in mind here. Are they trying to draw players towards B? Only 17 seconds left now. They've got to go very quickly and they're not going to expect God of Fire. The bomb goes down. He finds a second frag as well now. Barto Managed to trade him out, but only 8 seconds left. I'm not sure if they can get the bomb down in time. Barto's going to go for the plant, and he doesn't actually manage to get it down. Oh, that was very close, but if he'd possibly tried to plant on the other side of the boxes, he might have been able to get the bomb down in time, but I think either way, Trinity were going to pick up that round, and Trinity, luckily enough, bring it to 7 rounds. They are starting to come back and close the gap. And UL, that last round, it was a little bit of a strange tactic. Leave it so late to try and walk the bomb through mid. Almost plays out for them, but they weren't expecting God of Fire holding that close angle. So it is going to be 12-7 the scoreline now. Trinity starting to find their feet in this round, in this game. Just a couple of pistols here on the UL side. But a great shot from Barto. I don't actually think Beast from the East was expecting them to be able to see him from there. Nevertheless, he's going to find that frag. God of Fire now. Returns the favor. Takes down Zombinator. That's going to be Mac VTI dropped as well now. We're down to a 2-on-4 in favor of Trinity. And the bomb is down mid. Frost walking all the way up. Not going to expect Dickweed to be pushed up so much. Going to pay for it with his life now, and it's all down to Barto, but not much he can get done in that situation. Still, not much of an investment from UL there. Just going to be disappointed that they didn't manage to pick up any more frags or even get the bomb down, but they are going to be able to fully invest into this round. Trinity now looking very confident. God of Fire on that AWP. We actually did see Beast from the East earlier with the AWP, and he's actually swapped over to God of Fire now, so they've changed their strat a little bit. Frost is not going to be able to find that shot though. Fast play. Things have settled down. We see most of the UL players hovering towards this A bomb site with only metal pushed into apartments. God of Fire is expecting the peak. Time is not going to be in his favour though, as these smokes start to rain in. The execute's coming in. Frost all the way over on his own towards B. Watching for the rotate, but it's not going to come. And he isn't with his team when they need him most. Beast from the East getting tagged up from apartments, actually showing his shoulder there. Just going to get his utility out. His smokes are causing a little bit of trouble, but UL are starting to get the bomb down, and Barto finds a lovely shot there. He's expecting the CT push now. Ekip coming in. Oh, the bomb actually doesn't go down. What a blunder. And now TCD bring it all the way down to a 4-on-1. It's just Frost left. Like we said, he was over by B earlier, and I suppose he was expecting the push from the CT's true apartments, but it didn't come in, and when they execute onto the A site decided to go a little bit haywire. He really could have been there to help him out, but he is going to get dropped, and with that he's going to lead the AWP in the last round. So again, very expensive round for UL to lose. It was a full investment for them. 4 AKs, 1 AWP. And we can see on the side of Trinity now they're starting to build up a little bit of money. 35,000 spent between the team. They've got everything they need to win these next couple of rounds. So we're going to need something big from UL here to pull this one back. 5 men now heading towards the B bomb site. It is just it is just Dickweed on the B bomb site. God of Fire is going to come over to help him out though. He jump spots. And sees 2. Does he see the rest though? It's going to be a very fast play. God of Fire finds 1, but Metal trades him out. Apologies, no. Metal takes down Dickweed. And make that 2. He finds God of Fire eventually. Now Steven has got to hold down this push, but the bomb has gone down. Barto still got that AK in the B bomb site. And Trinity got to coordinate their push now for this retake. Beast from the East gets spotted out and double peeked by UL, so he's going to fall now. Ekip tapping away, but he can't find the frag. Actually manages to get one now. It's all left on Mac, and he's going to go down. So Trinity managed to claw their way back into that round after pretty interesting execute from UL. They managed to pile on and overwhelm the players that were holding B, and Great shot from UL to actually take down God of Fire with that AWP. He could have caused much more issues if he'd stayed alive, but the retake does come in. And the scoreline is going to be 12-10. Trinity now have almost closed the gap entirely from the scoreline earlier. Starting to settle into this round. And Frost can't find that shot, but he does find the second. God of Fire is going to go down. He's going to be disappointed with this one. And now the rotate is coming in already from the CT side. Beast from the east hasn't got the bullets in the magazine to keep playing with that one. And now he's going to get mollied out and 7 HP left. Now is Steven going to be able to do much from the CT position? He's got his teammate coming in support. Zombinator gets forced out of his position, but it's just the right timing to catch Beast as he moves around. And now Ekip got a lot of angles to hold here. Almost they lined up for Barto, but it's not going to be enough. Metal jumping through the air manages to find the spray onto Steven. And UL take it to round 13. Having a quick look at the scoreboard, we see Ekip and Steven 21 and 23 frags apiece. They're leading the way for Trinity. They're really putting their teammates on their back, trying to frag their way back into the game. And they had been doing it for the last 6 rounds in a row until UL managed to put a stop to it with that fast A execute, but will we see it again is the question. Going to start to slow down now. A lot of utility being used by the Trinity side here. Only actually one Molotov remaining, that's on Steven. And UL have slowed the round down just long enough. Got most of their grenades still to play with. So it is anyone's round. And now heading towards that mid. The bomb is coming from underground. Beast in the east. Holding that tight angle. He's going to see Barto, but holds off his perch just in time, and the boost is not going to work out for UL this round. Now Steven, he's got a huge job here in connector. He needs to find this kill on Frost. He's not going to be expecting him, and Steven takes him down. And the bomb for UL heading towards that B bomb site. Metal Zombinator's going to walk out actually and finds an outrageous kill onto Dickweed. Had absolutely no business taking that frag, but he does anyway. Jumping across. It's all evens, 3 on 3. And Beast and East is not going to be expecting to be playing so close. Neither is God of Fire, Zombinator. That's 4 frags for him this round. And we do see the save call coming in for Steven. He's got to bring this M4 into the next round. He's got a lot of money in the bank. But for UL to hit 14 rounds, they can't keep making these mistakes, and they can't keep giving up these rounds. And it looks like UL are not going to hunt too much. 4 frags from Zombinator though, absolutely huge round for him. He's going to be very happy with that one. Manages to open up the B bomb site as well, amongst all those kills. And Steven just expressing a little bit of dissatisfaction at the last couple of rounds with the spray. And Trinity are going to buy up as best they can. Beast from the East gets dropped. Dickweed is just going to opt for the 5-7. But Frost already in the beginning of this round, he's going to find one. Beast is going to chime back in, and now Ekip finds a pretty free kill actually at the top of mid. Frost is going to fall now. Steven finds the first but can't get the second. Fadeaway kill coming in from Barto, and now it's a 2 on 3. Make that a 2 on 2. Barto chimes in, gets another one. Now Mac left on his own. But he has got the bomb. And that smoke, he's got to be very careful. If he doesn't time this right, he could be walking straight into a Trinity player and caught between a rock and a hard place. Mac had too many angles there to cover. Unfortunately, the round is going to go over again to Trinity. UL are going to be a little bit disappointed, but great play from Trinity there in that round. Keep themselves in the game, prevent UL from getting to match point. Ekip especially there, it was a huge frag to find. By pushing all the way up into mid, he takes down Frost. Takes that AWP out of the round. Very, very impactful frag. Now, see all UL players over towards this B bomb site. Could see another potential execute coming in. But it is just gotta fire. He's going to push all the way into Palace. So, he actually knows there isn't much of a T presence towards the A bomb site. Now, relaying that information to his team. I might see a fast rotate if this execute does decide to come in, but UL have forfeited a lot of map control by grouping towards that B bomb site for so long. So they've got to be careful if they're coming out. Ekip already finds a frag though. And now man advantage is going over to Trinity. Nades coming in. They're expecting the hit coming into the A site now, but the rotate coming over. Meanwhile, do they know UL have gone all the way back? Is he going to spot the gun barrel? Actually, Zombinator doesn't see him, but very fast headshot to trade out the kill. Dickwood finds one, and Barto, he's going to find a second, and now got a fire coming in this retake situation now. 2 on 3. Barto's got a huge job here. It's not going to be enough. Mac, actually, the defuse is coming in. Is he going to spray it? Oh, have we got the reverse defuse? Yes, we do. And the bomb was actually planted for Mac in apartments, but with the smoke down, he didn't have the angle, and very unfortunate, but great defuse, you have to say, from Trinity. Absolutely great defuse. They saw the opportunity and they took it, and 14-12 now the scoreline. And UL have got to wonder, what can they do to clinch these last 2 rounds? Trinity, on the other hand, they've almost closed the gap. They've been fighting for it all game long. And things are finally starting to go their way now. Here comes the fast play out onto the A bomb site. Gotta Fire is in a great spot. He finds 2 frags, and Steven is chiming in as well. And now all down to Mac on the CZ. He's looking to get something out of this round, whether it's a rifle or whether it's a kill. Here's the reload, and with that's going to drop the bomb, and that's going to be all she wrote for Mac. Great round from Trinity now, 14-13, and things are starting to get a little bit hot under the collar for UL here. Trinity feeling confident. They've managed to close the gap. Steven almost hitting 30 frags now. He's sitting on 29. He's feeling very confident. You can see it in his playstyle as well. He's not afraid to take these duels. Now pushing out through the fire. Opting to push out through the fire. Steven spots the push coming through and takes down Metal with the nade through the smoke as well. He finds 2. That's going to be 31 frags for him now. And 2 on 5. This round is going to slip away from UL very, very quickly. Great game sense there from Steven to notice the push coming through the smoke. Preempts it with the grenade. See that knowledge coming in. It's going to prove paramount here. You can see it in their utility usage throughout this map. Very, very important for both teams, but taking a quick look at the scoreboard. Steven sitting on 31 frags now. He's really putting his team on his shoulders. Ekip was close behind earlier now, but he started to lag. And this is going to be what looks like 14-14, unless Frost and Barto decide in the last couple of seconds of this round that they're going to go for something. But with only a few rounds left in the game, looks like UL are going to be trying to bring their weapons across into the next round, and Trinity have got everything covered off, all the angles held, and they know where the bomb is, so they're quietly confident that this round is theirs. Only 30 seconds left. They don't want to push too much because they haven't got a huge bankroll to fund them. So they do want to keep all the weaponry and all the utility that they can. And I think UL are happy to let them sit back and hold their angles, but Gotta Fire actually managed to find an AK. You'll be happy about that. Only 8 seconds left. Barto just holding to make sure that there's no push coming in. And the scoreline now going into the last couple of rounds, 14-14. This round is on... This game, I should say, is on an absolute knife edge. It could go either way. Trinity now, fighting the whole game for it, have finally managed to claw the scoreline back. We're all even Stevens. And we do see a pause coming in, so... A little tactical timeout. Called by the Trinity side. Gonna be discussing what their game plan is for these last 2 rounds. And UL, they're going to be having a little bit of a chat as well, seeing what they can do. They had great success for a while, but it has really been all Trinity since we switched over to this T side. Or switched over to this CT side, I should say. It has been all Trinity. UL only managing to pick up 3 rounds in this half so far. They've got to replicate that magic if they want to push for the win, but elsewise Trinity are hot on their heels, and now Stephen spots one very quickly. He's going to fall back, and great nade damage onto Frost. Ironically, the only player on UL that doesn't have any armor, so he's going to take huge damage from that grenade, and Zombinator's trying to find his way up mid into this round, and another nade coming in. Metal's going to get chunked quite low. 64 HP left on him. And Trinity playing this one slowly now. They know they don't have to be the aggressor. Still 5 men left alive for both teams. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Metal actually spots out Ekip on short, but too tight of an angle to go for the kill. Most of these UL players, we can see them grouped around mid. They've established a decent amount of mid control, but they've got to be wary of flanks. There isn't one coming in yet, but the rest of the map is wide open. But Beast from the east through the gap in the smoke. Barto trades him out, but not quickly enough. And Zombinator, he comes in now. Ekip's going to get dropped. And it is a 3-on-3. 38 seconds left on the clock now. UL have to start making a move to one of these bomb sites. But there's going to be a duel happening now in this connector position. Steven's going to win that one out. Zombinator takes down Godafire in return. 25 seconds left now. UL have to start making a move. The bomb is on Frost with that AWP. Frost has apparently timed out. And I'm not quite sure why he got shot in the head by his teammate. But Zombinator plants the bomb. And I'm not quite... Okay, yeah. Frost has actually timed out of the game. He's gone. I'm not quite sure why the team kill came in, but Zombinator, he's feeling it. Very little utility left on the Trinity side as well. Now Zombinator swings out. He's going to find the first frag. Not a huge amount of HP left though. He's throwing the grenade, and has he bought himself enough time? Oh, it's going to be very close. Oh, and just 0.4 seconds remaining for Steven. He manages to find the defuse and puts his team on match point. 15-14 now for Trinity. After spending the whole game trying to claw their way all the way back in, they finally managed to take the lead. The scoreline sits at 15-14. And now we see UL in a last-ditched attempt. They're snaking over towards the B bomb site, but they're making a huge amount of noise. And Metal, he's made his way out, and he needs to find this frag, and he... Okay then. Very interesting. Looks like our stream delay has actually kicked us out of the last round. Okay, we need to get confirmation as to what happened in that last round. It was 14-15 to Trinity. You hate to see it kicked out in the climax of the game. We need to find out what happened. Oh, I'm unbelievably disappointed we got kicked out of the game due to the GoTV delay. And hopefully we can at least get some confirmation from some of the players as to what it actually ended up finishing up as. And for everybody watching at home, I hugely apologize for being kicked out of the game just at the very end. Hopefully now at least we can figure out what happened. Oh, what an absolute blunder. Can we get some confirmation? Zombinator's in the chat. Zombinator, can we get some confirmation as to what the final scoreline was? Okay, we're getting confirmation. UL managed to pile out onto the B bomb site, and it was a 3v5 retake situation for Trinity. Trinity actually managed to bring it down to a 3-on-3, and then they were able to take the bomb site back and get the defuse in. So it looks like the scoreline actually finished up 16-14 over the TCD, and UL so close but yet so far. They were in the lead for most of that game and they weren't able to close it out when they needed to. So the final scoreline, just to be confirmed, is 16-14 to Trinity College Dublin. And again, I apologise to everybody watching at home, anybody who might have been watching the VOD. We did get kicked out of the server because of the GoTV delay. But I have confirmation that the game ended 16-14 in favour of Trinity. Yeah, 16-14. Oh, absolutely devastated that we missed the end of that game. But again, I have truly apologised to everybody watching. That was a great game. GG to Trinity, GG to UL Wolves as well. It was a fantastic game to watch, fantastic game to cast. Shout out as well, GG to NCI and to UCD for their game earlier as well. That was a fantastic game to watch. Really enjoyed both of these games tonight. I have been Jason Cardinal Power. I've been your host and your commentator for these games this evening. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I hope you all had a great time. Hope all the players, thank you again for coming by and for playing for our lovely crowd in front of us tonight. But just before I go, I would like to again thank our sponsor Marvin.ie. #1 delivery service, make sure you check them out. To everyone else, anyone who might be watching, again, I do apologise for us being kicked out of the server just at the very end, but the game did finish up 16-14 in favour of Trinity. That is going to be all from us, folks, at Irish Collegiate Esports, and I hope I see you again next week for more Counter-Strike and more games. So that has been all from myself, Cardinal, and I wish all of you a good night and good luck.